Hello,
Hello. Happy
everybody.
New Year. Happy
Happy New
26.
Year.
Wild,
It was a good
wild.
one. 2025 was a good one.
It was.
Uh,
It was good for our business. You
yeah.
know, we saw rates drop a little bit compared to
Yeah.
where we were at. So this week we're going to talk about kind of resolutions. Did you have any? Did you make any? Hopefully you're going to be reaching out to one of us because you're ready to buy or sell. So just kind of kicking off the month with kind of how we ended last month, right?
Yeah.
Like, what if I want to buy? What do I do? And what if I want to sell?
Yeah.
Point me in the right direction. Did either of you guys make a resolution?
I did, but I'm not going to say it out loud.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll
Ooh,
I am
spicy.
bound and determined, but yes.
mine was
Lindsay?
more networking. I think we started with the social media. I'm going to continue that and just really polish it up. I think I've been good with my
Yeah.
December solo videos. I just want to continue them in the new year.
Mhm.
Stick to the
Yes, you've been doing great at doing those all the time. And I've been slacking.
yeah, and even just little things they say, whatever it is, content is content. So if you're at an open house and if you got anything, if I have the time, it's just like just do it and put it up there. You know,
Yes, that was mine, is
get
more
tired
for
of my
work.
face, they can just hit the unfollow, or
Yeah.
I'll just tons more followers, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
same for this channel. I think pushing it even more would be great too. Just little things that I've wanted to do, but
And same with me. I want to do more videos and be consistent with it,
Mhm.
stack my media, like do like a ton of taping in one day so that I just have it. Cause I think that becomes my problem. I need to sprinkle in like what Lindsay said, the like, content when you're like at a closing being like, oh my God, this happened at this closing today was so awesome. Or this happened. And it made me think some people don't know that this could happen. And what do you do if that happens? Don't panic. Or I'm at a home inspection and this just happened. Or look at this funny thing I saw when showing. So besides that,
Yeah.
I need to just get it done. Like pick a day every month and just spend hours doing it.
Yeah.
And some of the silly stuff I'm watching people do, like, I don't want to be like my kids say cringy, but like I think in our business you need to like make it fun and sometimes funny to get some of the attention. So
100%.
Yeah.
that's probably one of my biggest goals. And we can achieve some of these social media goals by you guys helping, by watching any of the shit that we're putting out there.
Watching and
Just
sharing.
watch it and share it.
And just even if you just share it to your story, even and you don't want it, just put it out there. If we're friends and you follow us, it just helps our business. And
Yeah.
so
Yes. And likewise, we would like to help you. So moving into 26, if
Yep.
you are thinking about buying, go back and watch the video from that we ended last month with, where you're going to start. So you're going to start with the credit. So let's say you've already watched that and you're like, yes, I can do this. If you haven't then gotten the courage to reach out to Laura, that is the first thing you need to do is take a deep
Look at
breath,
your
because it's
credit score.
not that scary. It really isn't. It's going to be a fun process.
And
We're all,
surprising, I think. I think it's surprising
Yeah.
to most people that it is not as intimidating to purchase a home as one would
Mhm.
think. And
Right.
truly, it's not that difficult to buy a home either. Like, look at your credit on a soft credit pull. You don't need the score that I think you need, or you think you need to purchase
Yeah.
a home.
yeah.
Look at your savings. How much do you have in savings? What do you think you have saved for a down payment? And if you're not there yet, that's fine. That's our job, is to
Yeah.
tell you how much you're going to need for down payment and the closing costs. Like,
Yes.
we put together an easy to read chart. I put together an easy to read chart
Yeah.
that will show you your monthly payment all in at such and such purchase price. And this is the estimated cash to closing that you're going to need. So there are no surprises.
Yes. And we are going to touch on some of those things. in this month. So make sure
Yeah.
you kind of follow along, and we'll like dive a little deeper into where the money goes. What does it mean? There's closing costs, there's down payment, there's I gotta pay for this and that. So where does it all go? What does it all mean?
Right.
And these are just things, reach out to us because we're here to help you.
Mhm.
So, we talked last month, credit is number one, getting that credit in line, talking to Laura and getting a game plan
Mhm.
set in stone is definitely where to start. And then Laura's going to do that check sheet for you. So she is going to help you read it to decide what loan program is going to be best for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes a loan program, it might be better to put less money down and go a different route, because you're going to have a better interest rate. And credit all plays into all these things, right? So, listen to her. So I think then your next step, if you want to make this possible, is then kind of with that plan comes zoning in on what loan program is going to best suit you. So then
Yeah.
you can really focus. So it's kind of narrowing things down. So we started up here and getting the credit, and now we've picked out a loan, and now we're like, okay, now we have a plan. How long is that plan going to take? And then you can reach out to us.
Yeah.
To me, once you have a plan, I'm happy to talk to you. We'll talk about buyer agency and what that means for you. We'll maybe go see some houses, just because sometimes what people think they want is not what they want when they start
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah.
Or if you are buying with a girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse, life partner, whoever, parents,
Yeah.
everybody influences this decision. So, then you get out there and look, and it's like, oh, wow, we really don't agree on what we want. Well, we've started ahead of time, and that's why we have this plan. So now you guys go back to the drawing board, figure it out. So again, this is not like a quick, for some people, it is a quick thing. It's one and done. But this is a month's process. Like we are here for you.
Think
So,
about where
and
you want to buy, right?
Yes.
Like, is there a specific school district? Where do you really want to live? What type of property do you want to live in? A single family, a condo, a townhome?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about that this month too, is 2 units. Because some people are like, oh, I don't want to be attached to somebody. But what does that mean? That might open a door that you didn't even know that was there for you to get into the market, build some equity, start a portfolio in real estate. Who knows? So we'll go a little deeper, later in the month in that. But there's so many different types of properties out there too. So, let's sit down, and Lindsay and I like to do a buyer consultation. So once you have, I always tell people the budget is the most important thing. What can you afford, and is it reasonable? Like if you can afford this, but like the lender's like, there's no way, there's no way I'm going to get you qualified for that in this year. Maybe then you revisit, but that's why you're going to build that map with Laura. And then we sit down, and I always tell people the most important thing, now you got your budget. The second most important thing is your location, because we can't change that. You can change ugly paint. You can take down wallpaper. You can change cabinets. You can change light fixtures. You can change everything. But you can raise a house and put a basement. You can add a garage. You can change so many things, but you cannot change the location. I mean, I guess technically you could put it on. People do that, but that's great. You can't change. And by location, I don't just mean where you want to be, like your schools and those sort of things, proximity to work, proximity to maybe your childcare, family, but also like your yard size. That's also something you can't change. I've had clients that like, I have to have a half an acre, but they don't know what a half acre looks like. I mean, I did that once. I brought clients, they were adamant. And I was like, a quarter of an acre is a lot of, it is plenty for a swing set, of trampoline, and all these things that you say you want. Like,
right.
And I bring them to my house. I'm like, this is a quarter acre. This is what it looks like. And they're like, what? Like it was a lot bigger than what they thought. So though, again, those are things that you can't change, is that location. So then that's where we're going to build on this plan and get you there. So don't be afraid to reach out. And if you're thinking about selling anytime in 26, even if you're like, it's not going to be till fall, now's the time to have us come out.
Yep.
Reason one, it's the slower time of the year for us. So if you are somebody that you can only meet with me on a Saturday at 3 p.m. in the middle of my day,
Right.
now's a good time to get on my schedule.
Mhm.
And once we do this, a lot of people worry about pricing. Once we do your market analysis, we have that. That's saved. It's once I've been to your house, it's very easy for me to update that with a
Yeah.
simple phone call to you. Have you changed anything? Let's look at the solds. Here you go. And then maybe you want me to do that for you every 3 months.
Yeah.
To kind of see where you're at, and we can do that. So it's never too early. And I'm not saying then, and then if we meet, it doesn't mean you have to use me. You can use whoever you want.
Right.
Maybe that changes throughout the year and you meet somebody that you like better. Doubtful, but that could happen.
Right.
Right. But if you're a seller, you need a plan too. I just met with sellers and they never finished their master walk-in shower. And they're like, please tell us we don't have to finish it. I was like, you have to finish it.
Yeah.
I
You got-
need the master to be
Interesting.
complete. And they're thinking like tile. And I'm like, why don't you go with those cheaper, like plastic walls that kind of look like granite? Like it looks super high end and it's cost effective and it's easier to install for you. So
Right.
like, that's another reason why we're coming over, right? Is I don't want you spending 6 months painting the entire inside of your house
Right.
or changing out flooring if I don't think that that is necessary. And I'm going to give you my honest opinion. If I think you need to paint your house, you need to paint your house. First impressions are only impressions usually in this business. So it's super important. So we're going to, walk around and, especially if you're in the middle of a project, stop what you're doing because you might be overspending in areas that aren't going to give you enough return. And, and Lindsay and I see houses all the time, and we're not just listing agents, but we're also out there with buyers. So we're seeing what is the turnoff. When a buyer walks in the house, what are those turnoffs that kind of just, they shut down and they're never going to, we're just basically zombies walking through this house
Might
at that
as well
point. They've
walk
already,
out there. And
yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
I've walked in and that's it and turned around. I've been there and I'm sure Danielle has too.
Mhm.
Yes. So what are those things? And we're going to help you take care of them, whether it's something unsightly, curb appeal, things like that. And maybe there is a bigger project that needs to be addressed and it's not even on your radar as something you would even do. Driveways are a big thing. A lot of sellers don't think about it. If you need to redo your driveway, I mean, when you're pulling up and it's like asphalt and they're getting out and they're stepping in big puddles, that's not fun. That's
Right.
their first impression of you.
Yeah.
They go up and your screen door doesn't latch all the way and it's hard to get in and the lock's hard. Those are all things like,
Yeah.
so,
wiggly
but maybe there's,
doorknobs, things like that. If your door
yes,
doesn't well, then it's like that's the first thing that they see. And it's such a simple fix.
Yeah.
right.
Fix that.
So, and maybe, and if you, like I said, if it's any time in 26, you're thinking about selling and maybe there is a big project that I'm going to,
Mhm.
tell you that I think you really need to do. And now you have time.
Yep.
Now you have time to
Right.
do it. And even the small projects, or maybe you have a big project and I can turn it into a small project,
Uh-huh. Either way, you're maximizing the most potential that they're going to get out of the transaction. And people assume that they know everything. But if you start early and have this conversation with them, they will be able to tell you how to get there and probably surprise you. Like, I didn't know that. Or you're planning on selling in the fall, but did you know if you listed 1 month before, you might do better financially?
right?
Whatever.
Yes,
case
because
may be.
timing matters too.
Yep.
Yep.
You're like
Um,
planning out the month for sure.
yes. So it's never too early to reach out, and it's
Never too
the
early.
same. We pound this in every video. We talk about buyers, about having a roadmap, having a plan. Sellers need a plan too. You need a
Yeah.
plan. And where are you going too, by the way? Like, do you even know where you're going? Because some people are like, oh, well, it's going to take 6 months to sell my house. And I'm like, it's going to take me 30 days to sell your house.
I love it.
So,
Take
you
6
know,
months. We're doing
it's
something
all,
else like you
it's
are.
all about the
Like,
plan.
you're not listening.
Yes. Or maybe you're going to buy a house, but you need to sell first. That is a whole different plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not impossible. It's definitely hard in an uphill battle, but it's a different plan. So meet
Or
with an
you-
agent. It's free. I don't
Or you
understand.
start that way, right? And then all of a sudden you find your dream home and you want to put an offer on without selling your house. What are the options? There's bridge loans. I just did a bridge loan for somebody
Yes.
that
Hey,
happened to
go.
it. It was beautiful. It worked out beautifully.
Yes.
Laura,
I have clients doing a bridge loan right now.
Yep.
And it's you know, well, I think we'll see more of it. I think we're going to see, so unfortunately for sellers, I think we're going to see prices have been stable. Like they're not going down. It's not going to be some big crash, but like I've always said, you guys are still way up here, like in where we were a few years
Yeah.
ago. And the reality is going to start setting
Yeah.
in for some of these
Yeah.
sellers. And, you know, you have to listen to us on pricing because I even have listings that are sitting. Everybody has something that's sitting that's not selling. And it's
Yeah.
unfortunately because the seller has an unrealistic expectation. And you know, your house is only worth what it's worth. Like I know I love my house too. So I hear you on that. And I'm in the middle of a renovation and picking out everything and doing stuff. So, you know, it's blood, sweat, and tears. And I
Mhm.
get it, but you know, the price is the price.
And
So I
people are
think
focused
we'll
on,
see.
for as much focus as a seller has on that, and they're wasting precious time, like sell it where where they are advising you, because you can make it up potentially on the house that you're purchasing.
Yes, and carrying cost. You are
Yeah.
paying for that house while it's sitting on the market. So
All right.
my
Okay.
husband must be
We
home.
will see you next week and
Yes. See you next week. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.